Hello, this is Jill. Welcome to my channel. Come on in. Let's see what we're working on today. Before I start, let me tell you this is the second time I'm recording this video. Before we did the layout together and such, but I had some extreme problems with uploading that video. And at this point it is gone. So I've decided to do a totally new video, bringing you up to date with where I am on this particular project, and then we'll go from there, because what do? You just one foot in front of the other, right? So this is my Threads of Intention project. What it is I am creating a journal to hold this is going to be a soft cover with fabric journal to hold several pages of paper that will then be enhanced with various, I'll use this for an example, with various stitching projects that will come along my way. So I am following K3N, A to Z of Slow Stitch. Her project will have 52 pages or 52 slow stitch pieces. Mine will have 26, and I may veer off the path, but basically I am going to follow her techniques along the way. So I'm going to include a link to her channel down in the description box below, and please go out and take a look at her channel and her stitching. It's just, I'm so inspired by her skill. I'm just blown away, and she's such a good teacher and instructor. She also has some of her pieces that exhibit, and I think you'll be pleased if you like slow stitching. So for my, what I'll call my A to Z book, I am using a soft cover, and I am making a journal to hold it in, to hold all the pages. So I started my cover. It does have a backing on it, and I just simply invisible basted it all around. I laid down some pieces that I thought I might like. This is the front. This is the spine. This will be the back. I tried to use the same fabric so that of course it all ties in together. And then this is the back, the front of the spine, which I'll show you, and this is the flap. So I'm going to turn this over, and then I'll show you how it will fold up. So if you look, this is the cover I just showed you, and then there's the spine. So just to show you what this is going to look like, I'm going to fold it up a little bit. Okay. So now you see there's the front, and if I didn't go any farther, there's the back, and we could call that a book, you know, and that would be done. That would be the front, and this would be the back, right? But what I'm going to do is create the flap. I love how Catherine does this. So when you have a 2-inch spine at the back, and your pages are in there, you're going to end up with basically a 2-inch opening at the front of the book. So I had to include enough space for a 2-inch opening at the front. Bear with me one second, and I'll fold this again so you can kind of get an idea. And this flap and then this will flap over. Okay. That will have a flap, and then probably a tie, or so. I'm thinking a tie I'm going to put around it. So that's the start of this. And I do intend to do a lot more slow stitching on this, which will come along in future videos. If you look carefully, I did a double running stitch, which you can barely see there, along the whole edges here. So I did that double running stitch around the edge because this fabric frays a lot, and I love the raw edge, but I also didn't want it to fray so much that it started to actually encroach within the double running stitch, if that makes sense. So that is going to be the outside cover. Now I'm also working on, I haven't started my page. I haven't started my stitching, my 26 stitching pieces yet, which are going to be A to Z, but I have done my paper, which I'll show you in a minute. So for the inside of the journal, this is going to be the inside. I guess I could open this back up so we can show it to you laid down. Wait 1 minute. Okay, this is the front of my journal. And this is what the inside of my journal will look like. So here's and I did put a backing on this as well. I wish I knew how to, well, if I was brave, I would just go ahead and try it, but I'm not that brave yet, but I might be getting there. I didn't want to stitch through the front of the cover and the lining at the same time. So I'm going to running stitch this back, and you could see I had to piece it together because I didn't have a piece long enough. So I'm going to running stitch all of this before I attach it and before I insert my pages. So I just made it a little longer, which I can trim off later. And it's going to be the inside of the book. So now you can better see that the spine is a 2-inch spine. And when the book lays open, it's going to be like this. So you have to have that 2 inches on the front here so that that will flap over. So you had to do the same thing on the inside. I also attached a piece of very thin cardboard. Didn't have to be, I want it to be a soft cover. I want the spine to have some flexibility as well as a little, flexible and stable. Now, isn't that a contradiction in words? But I think that will offer just the amount that I need. So I went ahead and measured for my stitching. I'm going to do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It's really not going to show. Where it's going to show, if you notice, it's not going to show on the back because I'm not going to be going through all of those. I'm only going to be going through the lining piece. And the pages I have created are, let me get you the size of these. These are, oops. If I get my ruler right, excuse my sniffly nose. It's cold, damp, and rainy here today, and I tend to get a runny nose. These are 7 by 11. So if you notice, I took an 8.5 by 11 US, which usually goes this way. And I took off, because this is 7, I took off 1.5 inches on the side. And I did that for 13 pages. And then I just folded them in half. And that became the size of my pages. So that also was driving the size of my cover and how many signatures and so on and so forth. So I have 26 pages here. And I have I have 4. Wonder why I made 4 signatures. Oh, I'm sorry. I just took this page out of one of these signatures. So let's slip it back in there where it belongs. There we go. I thought I only made 3 signatures. There we go. Good thing, huh? So I have my papers ready. So the next thing I'm going to do moving forward is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to running stitch all of this. I haven't decided what color I'm going to use yet, but what will happen is I will running stitch up to the spine, then I will jump over or just do this page, and then I will do all of that. And then I will be back. So slow out of the gate, slow getting started because of my technical problems, which I have been 3 days trying to resolve. And I so apologize for that because I did have you along with me for laying the fabrics and picking them out and so on. So for the rest of today, I do appreciate you coming and taking a look. This was more of an overview of what I have done so far. But I hope that you will try and join me and take part in this because I think it's going to be a really fun project. And even if you do not make the journal piece, think about other things that you might want to make would be great. And you might make I think Catherine's going to be making a snippet roll out of hers. So could make a book, could make a snippet roll, could make a wall hanging or 2 wall hangings. She's going to have 52 pages. And like I said, I'm only going to have 26. So I wanted to keep it manageable for me because I have other projects going on that are taking up some time. So I hope you'll come back again and see how far I've come. And I look forward to having you. In the meantime, have a great day. Do something you love. And until the next time.